The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Pit Life BBQ podcast. Join us around the pit as we talk all things barbecue. Now here is your host, Johnnie Mags.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Café in Salem, New Hampshire. It's the Pit Life BBQ podcast. We talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics that you talk around the pit. Thank you all for tuning in. Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Johnny.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm excited.
You are? Why would that be today? I wonder.
Well, I guess this is great stuff. When JB gives me inside information, I jump like a frog.
Oh, yeah.
And with my knees, that's quite the feat.
Right.
Okay? So, but then we're 1 week away from the Granite State Barbecue Championship.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Good times coming on that. There's Daddy Dutch. What the hell, early? Yeah, we got you, brother. Mad Max, what's up, brother? Calling you out. Charlotte George, thank you for tuning in. There's no Mrs. Mags in here. I don't know where the hell she is.
There is one in here.
Oh, that's right. She's right
She's
there.
literally
today.
in here with us today.
So all the boys, Mrs. Mags is here, so she says hi to everybody before we get that going. So let's get into it, Chrissy.
Let's go.
Today's episode brought to you by
The number one best tasting shake on the planet, Uncle Steve's Shakes. Uncle Steve's Shake is handmade, hand-measured, hand-mixed, and hand-packaged. Uncle Steve's Shake is made with the finest of ingredients and comes in 14 amazing flavors with the new additions, the CJ's West Coast Shake and the Texas Cajun. He also has the new sauce with no name. We also have the competition line and the incredible dessert shakes. And don't forget, no matter what you're eating, Uncle Steve has a shake for it. If you have any questions, Uncle Steve has great customer service because it's him. To help you with all your shake needs, he will speak to you personally if you call. Or if you just want to have a conversation, he'll love that. Just call him if you're bored.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Go to UncleSteveShake.com. Order your shakes today. Also on the website, you're going to find a fantastic bunch of shake tips and recipes. You're going to be amazed at just how versatile these shakes are. And when you're online, you may as well head over to the Facebook page, Uncle Steve's Shake Nation, and stay up to date with all the latest creations made using Uncle Steve's Shakes, and maybe even share some of your own. It's time to step up your backyard barbecue and your competition barbecue game with Uncle Steve's Shake. Shake some on what? Everything.
What's up, Bam Bam? C-Mac, Kyle. Today also brought to you by Two Guys Smoke Shop and TwoGuysCigars.com. Whether I'm barbecuing or not, I always keep the smoke rolling thanks to my friends at TwoGuysCigars.com. Today I am smoking the Studio 21.
Wait, that's where we are right now?
That's where we are, oddly enough.
I know.
Funny how that happens.
I know.
Thanks to my friends at TwoGuysCigars.com, I get to smoke some of the best cigars in the world, and so can you. Just visit TwoGuysCigars.com for your perfect barbecue companion. That's the number 2, GuysCigars.com.
Also, today's show brought to you by Magna Chef Gloves. Whether you're the family grill master or a professional pit master, quality tools make it easier for you to be your best on that grill. Longtime firefighter and founder of Magna Chef, Alan Fonte, knows a little thing or two about fire management. He designed the Magna Chef Gloves and the Freedom Barbecue Gloves for you to be able to get in and out of fast. With those magnetic swivel plates, you can easily slip in and out of these gloves. They'll keep your hands cool and allow you to cook and grill safely. No more getting stuck in hot gloves. And depending on your glove preference, Magna Chef Glove has 2 fantastic options for you. We have the classic Magna Chef Barbecue Glove, made of food-grade silicone, web fit for a firm grip, dishwasher safe, one size fits all, heat rated to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and comes in 5 awesome colors. Not flavors. See, I nearly said it again this week. The second option is also the Freedom Barbecue Gloves. It's a 5-finger, flexible and pliable grip, a 14-inch long cuff to protect your forearms, made of heat-resistant neoprene, heat rated up to 932 degrees Fahrenheit. These gloves help extend your time over that fire. Both styles of Magna Chef gloves are great for barbecue and kitchen use. Head on over to magnachef.com today. That's MAGNE chef.com. Order yourself a pair of each. Also, Also, while you're there, use promo code FreedomLives for 10% off your order. MagnaChef gloves, Master the Fire, Freedom Barbecue gloves. Take a stand, free your hand. Today's show also brought to you by...
And I also might have a nice banner at my house for Freedom Gloves for the comp.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Also brought to you by CustomCuttingBoardsRUs.com. Ian Hemming is creating what I refer to as the Yeti of cutting boards out of Magnolia, Texas. These cutting boards take an absolute beating from your standard, the dishwasher board, which is your standard countertop size board, to the absolutely massive 18 by 36 inch brisket board. And for all the pizza cooks out there, we got you covered too with the pizza board for that perfect even slice every time, especially with it coming into competition, pizza competitions now. Those even slices are going to be a game changer for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
UV protected.
Oh.
Deep lip groove to catch all that beautiful goodness, all your au jus, or if you will, the rubber nubs on the bottom.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Because I like saying rubber nubs.
You said with that tone of voice?
Hey.
Whatever. No judgment. Continue.
You're judging. So
Rubber
even
nubs. It just got a little-
on a wet surface, these boards will not slide on you.
Yeah.
So no more accidental cut and stitches, or you're cutting that perfect slice and
Yep.
now you're down a
Those
slice.
things aren't moving.
You all know what I'm talking about. We've all been there. Check them out at CustomCuttingBoardsRUs.com. That's the letter R, us.com. Tracy Smith, what's up, brother? Been a while. C-Mac, what's going on? Chris Rosinski, what's happening, brother? Matt, what's going on? So let's get to it. I'm excited. We all know that I'm a geek when it comes to talking about fire, charcoal, and especially wood. So like I said, JB told me, yo, I'm going to get you in touch. You guys take it from there. This is what I'm using on the circuit. And JB is consistent weekend in, weekend out. He is a consistent cook, and he owes a lot to the fuel source. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from Gourmet Wood Products, please welcome Orlando Acosta. Orlando, what's up, brother?
Hey, Johnny, how you doing? How's everybody doing today?
Fantastic. The weather's beautiful. I cannot complain.
Yeah, we're having some great weather here in Texas right now. Spring weather is a great barbecue weather, and we're doing a lot of that right now in Texas.
Nice. Kyle, no, not red bottom. She's graduated to cowboy boots now. Matt Pereira, what's up, brother? So, Orlando, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, what you do, and how the barbecue journey, and which led to Gourmet Wood Products.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, thanks for having me on today. It's great to speak with you and all of your viewers, and it's a real honor to be here with you guys. Lifelong growing up around a family that spent a lot of time barbecuing. I'm originally from West Texas. Shout out to Fort Stockton, my little hometown out in West Texas, but grew up around cooking and outdoor cooking and using a lot of mesquite primarily, but a little bit of oak. And it's been in my blood my whole life. And fortunately, I had the opportunity to get into the industry about 10 years ago and start learning about it some more and be involved in sales and doing that piece. And had the opportunity to come aboard at Gourmet Wood a few years back and start this new line of retail items that we sell. lot of different places, a lot of retailers. Our two largest retailers that are probably familiar to most folks are Academy Sports and Buc-ee's nationwide. So that's what I've been working on here at Gourmet Wood. We've been in business here for over 40 years, primarily servicing restaurants and barbecue restaurants for that time. But like I said, last year we launched our first retail products in Academy, and then last fall we launched in Buc-ee's. And so we're thrilled with those two and a lot of other smaller retailers out there. Forgive me for not naming them all, but there's a lot of guys out there that have barbecue stores that are also carrying some of our products. And we're very appreciative to all of our customers and to the guys at home or in the competitive circle that are using our products. So that's a little bit about me, and that's kind of how I arrived here, specifically to help create and launch this retail product that we're doing now.
Awesome. Yes, Buc-ee's is one of my favorite stores of all time. I am starting a petition to get one up here in the Northeast.
Well,
along with an Academy, too. I need one of them, too.
Well, they both have aggressive growth plans over the next few years, so you never know. You might get one up there, John.
That'll be a dream come true. It'll be absolute nightmare for my wife. But you said something very interesting with the use of mesquite. Now, mesquite is, I don't know if it's, people are scared of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a strong wood.
Yeah.
But I remember watching an interview you had with my friend Al Lunacy on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you were saying some very interesting things on that of using other woods along with that mesquite cuts down the boldness of it. So you're still getting that mesquite flavor, but not that mesquite punch.
Yeah, absolutely. Mesquite is probably the strongest or boldest smoke profile you can get out of a barbecue wood. And to some folks, it's a little too strong for them. So, a lot of folks, include myself, will mix in, you can either mix in an apple or a post oak to bring that smoke profile down, and you still get that flavor of mesquite. You just don't get it in as high a profile. So yeah, a lot of people do that, and try to mix up the woods a little bit. But mesquite is the one that, I think it really, if you want that flavor, but just not so pronounced, mesquite is definitely a way to do that when you're smoking. But I think the best way to grill a steak or any kind of flat meat or any of those type proteins, the best way to get to grill is over hot coals. And I don't think there's anything better than mesquite wood cooked down coals and then grilling your steak or your flat meat. I think that is the absolute best way to grill, a steak or any of that flat meat. Mesquite coals are just the best, and they cook long. They have a very, very high searing temp. And so if you really have a passion for cooking steaks or cooking, fajitas or any of those type of things, I would strongly suggest you get some mesquite wood, preferably Gourmet Wood Product mesquite wood.
That's right.
Let them burn down the coals and then cook your steaks. And I'm telling you, you will get the best steak you've ever had. I think that is the absolute best way to cook a steak is over mesquite coals from mesquite wood.
Very good, very good. Matt Wilford, thanks for tuning in. Big Kano, what's up, brother? Uncle Steve is in the house. Orlando Kyle Alexander is asking, but I think you actually probably just answered it. What is your favorite wood to use? Oh, sorry. This is what happens when you don't read the whole thing. What's your favorite wood to use with pork?
Well, it depends on what I'm doing. I like a Texas style rib. So I do cook some sweeter stuff with the rib, and I'll use an apple wood or a cherry wood. But I like a lot of Texas style rib, which is, most of that I'll cook over a post oak or a hickory or pecan, any one of those. If I'm going to do a pork butt, I usually use applewood for pork butts. So it kind of depends on what kind of pork I'm gonna use. It's that question comes up a lot, but it usually comes up. What's the best wood to use? And the great thing about barbecue is there's no right answer for that. The best wood to use is whatever you like and whatever works best for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the great thing is there's a lot of different things you can use and try, and you find what works for you and what you like, and that's the best thing to use. So that's the great thing about barbecue is that there's no right answer. There's a lot of opinions, as we all know, but there's a lot of right answers to those questions. So any of those will work great. It just depends on what type of pork I'm cooking.
Beautiful, beautiful. Junior, what's happening? Dan O'Leary, what's up, brother? So, Orlando, how do you guys the hell's the word I'm looking for? How do you guys source your wood?
Yeah, so we source most of our wood regionally, but we do source some of the wood from as far away as New York or Washington State for applewood.
Yeah.
Cherry, in the Missouris and a little further north. All of the post oak is sourced here in Texas post oak. And we have a good source of hickory as well in East Texas, and pecan as well is here available in Texas. So it depends on the species and where it's at, but the mesquite, hickory, pecan, and post oak, those are fairly close to us here in North Texas, so we can source most of that locally. Apple and cherry is a little more involved and usually takes a little longer reach to get to those type of woods, but we do source them, and we have them available, and in our retail package, both apple and cherry available.
Nice. Now, what is the process you guys do for obviously preparing the wood, drying the wood, and all that?
Yeah. So depending on the species, Johnny, there's different operations or steps that you have to take with the wood, depending on they're all treated differently because they're all different types of, shapes and lengths, and some have more knots and some are crooked. Mesquite and apple are probably the two most difficult to deal with because they just don't grow straight and tall. They just grow in every direction. And so they make a wood processor like ourselves, go crazy, but, we get the job done. It just depends on the type of wood, which process we use, but we bring it in tree length, and we cut it to the required spec, and then we split all of our wood, and then yes, we do heat treat it as per the USDA standard, and then we put it into packaging and package. So it's that's the very simple speak of how we do it, but it's very there's a ton of steps. It's very it's not complicated. It's just very complex because there's a lot of things going on at the same time. And, it's a lot of people think about wood and splits and think, well, they got a couple of chainsaws and they cut it up and then they just split it and that's it. Well, I wish it was that easy, but it's a whole lot of equipment and a lot of processes and a lot of great people, Johnny. I'll say that. Gourmet Wood Products, we've got a team here that is unbelievable, and a lot of dedication from the top to the bottom, and just a great team. And that's why we could deliver wood 356 days a year is because of the team we have here and what we do every day. A lot of commitment here at Gourmet Wood Products.
Oh, beautiful. Big Kurt Special, what's up, brother? Efren, what's happening? The one thing I noticed when I was in Houston, is, of course, because I had to peek around all JB's equipment while I was there, be nosy and all, get him all a little flustered. But all those splits are very uniform in size.
Yeah.
Which is great, because I do a lot of hand splitting at the house myself, and seasoning, and so I'll go through my drier pieces, and then especially with the New England winters here, nothing's drying out between November and March. So I'm at if it takes a year to do it, I'm at a year and a half. So I'll find myself going to my local hardware store and picking up some wood here and there. And there was a couple weeks ago, I had to do it. I grabbed a bag, and it was the first time using this name. And it was also the last time I will ever use that name. I opened this bag, and it was shit. Part of my language, but it was shit. It was terrible. And it's like, okay, I'll never do that again. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
But like I said, you guys are very adamant about the split size. Why is that? Why is that?
Well, so, whether you're a backyard cook or you're a competitive cook, the size and the split and the fuel, those matter so much, because you base your cooks off of previous cooks, and you have to develop some consistency. And if you have splits that are big, long, green, not down to the proper moisture level, all of those things factor into your cook. And you've got to have consistency, and consistency in moisture, consistency in the size of the splits. All of those things matter when you're cooking. And, we know that's very important. And that's, we stress that every day is consistency. We want all of our end users to have their fuel source be the last thing on their list that they have to worry about, because it's just, if you get a bag of somebody else's wood, and like you said, you reach in and some of it's ginormous, some of it's little bitty, some of it's not split, all of those things, and creates more work for the cook. He's got to resplit it, or he's got to do whatever. Our goal is to have you open up a box of Gourmet Wood Products, and you don't have to fish around to find one that you like. You just keep going. Every split in there is going to be consistently sized and going to work for you. But it takes a lot of work, and again, that's what separates us from the majority, and I'll say most of all of the wood that's out there in the marketplace that's in a retail package. We take a lot of care and a lot of work to get that sizing consistent, that moisture consistent, all of those things that matter when you're cooking. Those are the most important things to us when we put a split of wood in a box or a chunk or whatever we're doing. Those things matter to us, and we know the importance of delivering consistent sized product, because it really turn your cook upside down if you've got a resplit, or you've got wood that's too green, or whatever, it's got mud on it, or whatever the case is, right? But that's what separates our product from the rest of the retail market out there. We're putting quality splits in the box, and we want everybody to have a consistent fuel source, and so it's a long, hard process to get there, but we know the importance of it, and we know that's what makes us different from the rest of the, as you said, the bag product out there. A lot of it is, some of it's not split, some of it's not all consistently at the right moisture, all of those things, right? And we want to we want to make sure that we take all of that off of your plate when you're cooking, because it's a challenge to smoke a brisket or do any of those long cooks. And the last thing you want to worry about is having a fuel source that's not dependable or that doesn't meet up to in the standard that you want.
Oh, absolutely. And like you said, the split size, it as little as it sounds of importance, it is a really, really important part, because I'll split mine to a certain size because that what runs best in my pit. You know, both myself and Jonathan Barton, we have the back lines, and they run phenomenal on a smaller split than normal. So, you know, I'll have to split them down even further. Like you said, if you get a bag and you get a good, you know, 2 softball-sized chunk, you know, you got to split that 3 ways, because that consistent size in the split, you're not playing with temperature.
Exactly.
You're gonna be within 5 degrees on either side of really where you want to be, because the wood size is consistent. Now, I've talked to a lot of people about the wetness or percentage of woods they like, and there's some guys who like a very dry. There's some like a little higher. I think the median range is about 12 to 14% ideally. Like if you were to Google everything, you know, they give you that. Now, do you guys stick to in a certain area on the percentage?
Yeah, absolutely. We make sure that you know, again, the first thing that we do is make sure that we meet the standards of the USDA in our heat treatment process. And most and our wood is generally around 18 to 15. It just depends on a lot of different factors. But
Okay.
we want to be under 20% moisture. We think the 15 to 18 ranges usually gives you the most optimal cook, because, you know, to your point, most people don't want something that's really green, and most people don't want something that's really dry. So you want to kind of be in there around the 15 to 18% moisture. We think that's what delivers the most optimal cooking wood for you know, backyard or competition.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, like I said, with everything with what I've had split myself, you know, like I was saying, it takes longer for it to season up this way. So I was throwing some splits. Everything was going good. I had just grabbed another split, threw it in there, ran into the house for a second, came back, and I'm like, what the hell's sizzling? You know, the firebox is sizzling. I open it up, and it was literally the moisture coming out the end. Literally, the wood was boiling. It was boiling the water out of it. I'm like, oh, there, one snuck by me, you know. But it was really interesting that it really gets down scientifically to that, and I think that's what makes the whole barbecue industry interesting. Is the science behind it. As little as someone would think, but it makes a huge difference. Now, you also have expanded the line into for the pizza cooks now. You have specific wood for all the like the unis and all the wood fire pizza ovens. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, so we launched in the fall an item specifically for tabletop and countertop pizza ovens, as Uni, Bertello. There's a ton of brands out there that cook with a smaller split of wood, and what ours is. I wish I would have had one in front of me, but it's a 5-inch long, 1 by 1 inch stick of wood, and it works perfect in those type of countertop and bar top pizza ovens. The reason that and it's an oak that we use for that. But the reason that we think, and what our tests have shown, Johnny, is that all of those manufacturers have gas pizza ovens. They have pellet. They have, some of them even have charcoal. A lot of different things. And we took a ton of different pizza ovens, and we used all of those all of those fuel sources in it, along with our wood. And what we got down to was that the wood did cook better. And I'll tell you why. If you own a countertop pizza oven, and you're able to put some wood in there versus pellets or gas or electric or whatever, the flame reacts differently in the ovens with wood, natural wood, versus any of those other fuel sources. You get a really nice enveloping flame within the pizza oven.
Yeah.
That rustic, beautiful charred pizza that you get out of it, and the other fuel sources that you use, most of the time it's a direct heat, so it's more like cooking it in an oven, and the wood produces a very nice enveloping flame within that oven, and that's what gives it that really nice rustic character, and all of those things that you want in a home pizza. You can get that when you use real wood, and these splits that we put in there, the 5-inch long splits, 1 by 1 inch, they work perfect in there, and they just create great pizza. So again, that kind of pushed us to make that product and put it in. You can find it in Academy stores, right, with the Uni Pizza Oven section. It's right. So, but it works great, and we're trying to service all of the guys out there that cook with pizza ovens, or if you have an offset, or whatever your type of oven is or cook, we want to service you and be your fuel supplier.
Beautiful. So if you were to go Academy, there you were saying there with the pizza section, but not necessarily right where the regular line would be.
That's correct. Yeah, it's not in with the bar, with the pizza oven section and all the pizza accessories. You'll find the Gourmet Wood box there, and if you haven't tried cooking with it, I recommend it 100%. The pizza that you'll get out of it is great.
Awesome. So not only are you guys thinking about everything, you're literally trying the consumers' choices of ovens and cookers and seeing how each reacts individually. So you're really putting the science to work.
Yeah, we have a very creative research and design team here that spends a lot of time looking at the industry with regards to, smokers, grills, pizza ovens, all of those things, so that we understand how do they cook, what's the most optimal size, what's the most optimal species for them. We put a ton of work into that piece to understand that. We also put a ton of work into our competitors and understanding what they're selling and how they're selling it, and that's how we got to delivering this product that we have in a box versus a bag. We purchased several bags of the logs at different stores, and they were so heavy and they weighed a ton, and they were bulky, and they were hard to check out at the check stand because it was hard to get to the UPC for the cashier, and all of those things went into creating this retail box that we have. It's got UPCs all around it, so it's very easy at the checkout. The box has handles on it, so it's not so heavy to where if you sent somebody into the store to get it that's not really strong, they can pick it up versus a big heavy bag that you pick that handle up and it'll cut your hand. So we put a ton of work and research into the packaging, the size wood, the species, all of those things to deliver what we think is the greatest cooking fuel out there.
That's beautiful. Now, were you spying over my shoulder when I was writing down my notes last night? Because I was going to ask you guys about the packaging and why you chose the box over the bag. So that was very interesting that you had said that because, some of those bags can get heavy on the hands. My wife is shaking her head over here because she literally couldn't get them out of the truck, into the truck.
Yeah. So it's a really nice, convenient 1 cubic foot box, and it's got a meter here on the front that'll tell you, how bold a flavor you got. So this is post oak, so you see the markers right in the middle.
Okay.
There, and the mesquite and hickory you would see further down on this end, and apple and cherry would be down on this end on the mild side. So if you're a novice and you're just beginning, you can look at the front of the box and tell just how strong of a flavor you're going to get from that wood. Great box, great package. We're very proud of that piece and the work we put into developing this package. It's one thing to have great product in the box, but you also got to have great packaging, and we think we've done that with this box. It's we've had a lot of great comments about it. It's just so much more convenient for everybody to pick this up and use it. Very user friendly.
Yeah. Now, what's the price point on that box right there?
So this box, I believe, is retailing at Academy and Buc-ee's. I believe it's retailing for $16.99, if I'm not mistaken. And then the apple and cherry, I believe those are $19.99.
Okay.
So,
okay, which is a very great price, considering to some of the other ones on the market.
Yeah. No, we definitely have a quality product, and it's got a friendly price, and so we've had a ton of comments on social media about the quality and how well it works, and so we're very pleased with that, and we're just working hard every day to make sure that we're delivering great barbecue fuel to everybody.
Beautiful, beautiful. Guy, what's happening? Smitty, what's going on? Big Kano, what's happening? Let's see. There's a whole bunch. Gino, what's happening? Jaime, what's going on? KC, what's happening? All the boys are out today. Great. Thank you all for tuning in, man. So, Orlando, before we got on the air, we were talking, and you asked if you could possibly break some news, and I'm all about breaking news on the show. So we've been talking about the regular line, and that's for our, offset and stick burning friends. But for the backyard griller, you're not necessarily going to use a split. So a lot of the guys like to use a chunk or two, throw that in, especially like when I use my Weber kettle and I use the snake method, it'll be, a chunk here throughout the entire burn. But I did notice that you don't have chunks in the line yet. Or do you?
So that's what I wanted to tell you about. So this is our new box that we're just coming out with. It's a 0.25 cubic foot box of chunks. This is the cherry, but we'll have it in all flavors, post oak, hickory, mesquite, pecan. It'll be available in all flavors. And the great thing about the chunks is the current marketplace, if you buy a bag of chunks, sometimes you only get a couple of chunks, and then you get a bunch of scrap pieces and small. And you're going to get with ours, just like our splits, you're going to get nice, consistently sized chunks that are usable. You're not going to have to dig through a bag and find a piece that works. You're going to have consistently sized chunks that we think you'll appreciate. And we take the same care in making chunks that we do the splits. So you'll find a very consistent product that is easy to use and just very friendly. We hope to have this out on the market by late summer, if not sooner.
Okay.
And if you have a favorite retailer that wants them, or that wants any Gourmet Wood Products, go in your store and say, hey, you guys need to get a hold of Gourmet Wood Products and get their products in here, because they have great products. And the chunks, I think, are going to really, really be powerful to all those other guys that need something smaller. Quite honestly, I had guys calling me and telling me that they loved the splits so much that they were at home cutting chunks out of the splits. And, that was kind of the thing that pushed us a little harder to get this packaging done and get this product out because, everybody wants a nice, consistently sized chunk. And you're going to get when you get the Gourmet Wood chunks, very nice, consistently sized 2x2x3, right in there in that spec, a very nice chunk and a very usable chunk and less trash and more usable product in our box than what's out there currently available.
Oh, that's great news, and which is nice with the chunks because even on the offsets, when you throw in the regular splits, you could throw a chunk of Mesquite in there and change that smoke profile just a little bit because of the chunk. So that's nice.
Yeah, so we think it's going to be very, very popular. This is the apple chunks box. So you'll see that hopefully in the marketplace. And again, if you have a favorite retailer that you buy a lot of barbecue products from and they don't carry our product, hey, this is where I'm asking for the barbecue community's help. Tell them that to get a hold of us. We'd love to have some more product, especially up north and northeast.
Oh, absolutely.
Friend up there right now, but we'd love to be up there in a retailer or several retailers. But need a little help getting there. So we're a small company and, just launching this retail line. So any help you guys can do for us, we'd certainly appreciate it. And we'd love to be able to have a retailer up in your area, Johnny, that carries our product.
That would be a dream come true. So I'll talk to a couple of hardware stores that I frequent. I have a couple secret ones that I get certain things from. So I don't want to reveal all my stuff, but yeah, I put some mileage on, and so does my wife, on going to. I need you to go to this hardware store for this. I need this one for this, and she's like, "Oh God."
So excited about this new chunk line coming out, and we're hoping that it'll be available in all of our retailers. And hopefully some new retailers. But, you guys asked for it. And, the customers always get what they want. And so, you guys asked for it and they'll give us a call and we'll be glad to work with them to get our products in there at a retailer close to you.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Well, Orlando, we're up against it. But, brother, thank you so much. That was so much information. I'm completely geeked out, so I'm all excited now. But
and Johnny, let me extend a personal invitation to you. The next time you're in Texas or in the Fort Worth area, we'd love to have you come out to the facility and take a tour of our plant and let you see how we create this great looking cooking wood. It's mind-boggling and it takes a ton of work but it's really something to see. And I'm sending you a personal invitation to come by Gourmet Wood Products and spend some time with us and see this product being made and that's really the piece that will get you to understand how does it get from a tree to this beautiful piece of cooking wood.
Oh, I'd love that. And my wife is shaking her head yes, so she's ready to go. She's doing anything to get back to Texas. After I came back from Houston from the rodeo, she might or might not have not talked to me for a couple of days because I was in Texas by myself. So she's been itching to get back there. So awesome. I will definitely take you up on that. And then I get to see a bunch of the boys in the chat again. Oh, watch out now. Oh, this could turn into a month-long festivity. I'm in for the challenge, though. But Orlando, where can everybody find you? Website, social media, things like that?
Yeah. So you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Gourmet Wood Products, and you can find us on the web too as well, www.gourmetwoodproducts. And of course, you can find our products at some retailers throughout the U.S., smaller guys, independent guys, and also at Academy and Buc-ee's nationwide. But if you, like I said, if you don't have it in a retailer near you and you have a favorite retailer that you frequent for your barbecue supplies, hey, tell them to get in contact with us. We'd love to have some new customers, especially up in your area, Johnny.
Beautiful, brother. Well, Orlando, thank you again for your time. This was awesome. Hang in there 1 second. I'll close this out and jump right back in with you. Awesome, Chrissy.
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
I
love it. I love it. I love the science behind it and everything that goes. And, like I said, it's literally different size splits. If I keep it right in the thing, my temperature drops, I throw a split in, and I can walk away. I don't have to worry about it jumping 20 degrees.
Right.
I'm going to be 5 degrees on either side of where I like to cook. And it's down to that precise measurements and sizes and all that good stuff. Awesome day, awesome interview, great product, and can't wait to get my hands on some. JB, unfortunately, I couldn't clip any from JB or get any at Academy or Buc-ee's because I had to get on a plane last time. Before I could have just loaded the truck.
Right.
But hey,
you got to make another trip.
just gotta go. Don't get her going.
Yeah, she's already. Look, she already.
Okay,
Your bags are.
I'll tell you what. You can go with her.
I'll go. We'll leave you
Girls
behind.
trip. Go ahead.
Fine.
Just
We don't
load the
need
back
you.
of my truck up
No. Stuff
with
we-
Gourmet Woods and Texas Original charcoal. That's all I ask.
Oh boy,
But
we're doing it.
great episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found. Catch the video on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. You have all our episodes right at your fingertips. Social media, find all the links listed down below. Questions and comments, please send them to Pit Life BBQ Podcast at gmail.com. Like always, subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. Next week, it's going to be interesting. Because right now, I don't know what the hell's going on. I have a guest potentially, but there's some backside things he needs to find out if he can actually come on. So either I'm going to have a guest or it's the day after a holiday. So that's always interesting. So I might be the guest. So let's figure out some questions on competition questions for the comp. That's going to be that following weekend. So either way, we're going to have a show, whether I'm going to be here with a guest or I'm going to be here with you or if I'm going to be in a truck somewhere literally talking.
All right, everyone in the chat, shoot me a bunch of questions to hit him with. It's a big group effort.
At least don't hit me with things flying from over there.
I won't.
Anyway, till next week, keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21, Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.